Good morning. Today we are doing our second class in the series of Migu. What is a Migu? We're going to go back to page 5. And we're going to say like this. An example of Migu is that when you accuse somebody of something, for example, you accuse him that he owes you money, like let's say I say to Matthew, you owe me $1,000, and he could really argue back to me an argument that for sure would make that I don't owe him that he doesn't owe me the $1,000. So he has a very good argument he gives, but instead he gave a worse argument. He gave an argument that is not so good. Because he gave a worse argument, we believe him. Why? Because he would have won the argument if he would have given the better argument, and he could have given that better argument. But the fact that he chose to give a worse argument, a lower argument back, it shows that he is sincere and he's honest, and we believe him. So let's go at the bottom of page 5. Lifnei, we're going to go through a case and we're going to see exactly. לפני שנתעמק קצת יותר בביאור סברת המיגו, נלמד על דוגמה נוספת למושג המיגו והפעם מסיפור שהתרחש בתקופת התלמוד. Now we're going to go into a story that happened in the Talmud. It is from Hazkat Batim, right? And things that actually happened at the time of the Talmud. Hazkat Batim is a chapter in Masechet Baba Batra, Hazaku Baruch, and it is the third chapter in Baba Batra. And in that chapter, we discuss the concept of Hazakah, Kinyan Hazakah. What's a Kinyan Hazakah? You have a person that has a lot. You had a lot. And what happened is that you went to Paris, to Italy, to I don't know where, and that lot is remained empty, or that house has remained empty. So what happened? And somebody comes and he is going to live in your house, right? What is it called? Squatting. He's a squatter. Right? He's squatting in your house. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. And then you come back and you say, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing in my house? He says, what do you mean? It's my house. Where's your contract that you bought this house? He doesn't have a contract. And this guy has been there for 3 years. So the other one that doesn't have his contract, and for 3 years, it's not rational, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever that for 3 years you didn't hear that somebody in the middle of Yerushalayim is living in your house. Something is wrong. If you would have had what's called the Ir'ur, which means you would have contested the fact that what is this guy doing in my house? I'm going to send him people. I'm going to send him a notice. I'm going to send him something from the court. Whatever. The fact that you did not reply for 3 years, that already shows that you're not the real balabait on this house. If you were the real owner of the house, you would have contested the fact that somebody was in your house for 3 years, and then it must be that either you sold it to him, or either you rented it to him, or something happened. So this is what Hazkat Batim talks about. Right? It talks about many, many laws in what's called Hazakah. So now let's look at this case. We are on page 6. And we're going to quote the Talmud Babli from Baba Batra, page 32, Amud Aleph, Amud Bet. Hahu de'amar lehavre. One said to his friend, "My bait behai ara. What are you doing on this land?" Amar le. He answers him back, "Minach zvinta ve'ashtara." He says, "I bought it from you, and here is my contract. Here's a sale contract." Right? Amar le. He answers him, "This is the contract you're showing me. This is mezuyaf. It is a false contract. This contract is a fake. Gahin lahish lele rabba, right? He he went. The person that answered back, this is a fake shtar. He goes to the judge, one of the three judges, the main judge, which is Rabbi, and he tells him in his ear, like this: In shtar azayfau, he's right. The contract I have is a fake shtar. Miu shtara ma'alya veli ve'irkas. I used to have a real, authentic shtar, authentic contract, but I lost it. Ve'amina in kithai bede kol dehu. What happened? We believed, Rabbi believed him, and he let him live on the land.
Did he have chazakah?
So let's go through let's explain the story. We're going to read in the text. Ma bidyuk kara. Chavre, let's read in the text, please. Ma bidyuk kara. כדי להבין את הסיפור היטב, in order to be able to understand what the Gemara is saying, נעניק לשני בעלי הדין שמות לדוגמה ראובן ושמעון. Let's give names to the people, Reuven and Shimon. By the way, we're learning for the zchut and the הצלחה of Laurent Yaakov ben Sarah. And the Lord should give him success tomorrow, today in court. Bezat Hashem, you should be very successful. Bezat Hashem. So, Shimon, Hayadar be'eze bait. Shimon was living in a house. יום אחד בא ראובן לשמעון ואמר לו, אמנון, אתה גם יכול להשתתף 5 דקות אם אתה רוצה. אמר לו, so what happened? Shimon is living at, let's say, 200 Ocean Boulevard. Okay? One day, Reuven comes to Shimon and says, מה אתה עושה בבית שלי? What are you doing in my house? So Shimon מגיב, למה בדיוק אתה מתכוון? What do you mean? הרי אני דר כאן, זה הבית שלי. Shimon says, I live here. This is my house. What do you mean? What am I doing in your house? אומנם, בית זה היה שלך בעבר. It's true. This house used to belong to you. קניתי אותו ממך, but I bought it from you. ולראיה, and the proof is, here is my contract. So it used to belong to you. Now I bought it. So what do you mean you're coming to say it's your house? What are you talking about? So he says, בשלב זה שמעון שולף את שטר המכירה ומראה אותו לראובן. I would like everybody to follow in the text. Like this, we get to learn the words in Hebrew. And you can even write the translation on top if you want. בתגובה טוען ראובן כי השטר מזויף. As a response to what Shimon said, he says, your shtar, your contract is a fake contract. You're saying that I sold you this house. The contract you're showing me is a fake contract. וכאילו הייתה כל מכירה מעולם והבית שייך לו. So he says, really? I never sold you this house. It's been my house all the time. This contract that you have is a fake contract. Okay? It's never been yours. Of course, let's understand that it's not anybody that's going to come, because if not, I'm going to knock at anybody's door and just say, hey, it's my house. The Beit Din is not going to believe me. I have to have a ta'ana. I have to have some type of argument that is plausible, that is solid, in order to establish this is my house, or it's been by my house. So you're in the wrong.
Not a contract necessarily, because Baba Batra states that
I
in
know.
3
So
years,
either it's a chazakah.
first year you have years, so they can tell you. Second year to come back. Third year,
Correct.
And you can even knock the door down and put the money there.
Correct.
What happens after 3 years? You have no contract, and
So now it's not the discussion of that thing. we're not going to go into Baba Batra what the case is. We're in this case. Let's stay in this case. I just want to say that you're not coming here into a house and just knocking at the door and saying it's my house like this. Because of course, if you don't have something which is either chazakah like you just said, or either a contract or witnesses or whatever it is, then we have a problem. You can't just go and knock at any door. So he says, okay, you're saying, what is Shimon? We're going to see what's happening. Mausim, orchim lebet din. So I just want to make sure that everybody got clear. Shimon lives in the house, right? It's Shimon that's living in the house. And Reuven comes into the house and he says, what? What did he say?
It's my house.
It's my house. Shimon answers back, what do you mean it's your house? No.
No, I sold it to you. No, you
No.
sold it to me. You used to live here. but
You sold it to me and I have a contract and here's a contract, you sold it to me. I have the deed. What does Reuven answer to that when Shimon says I have the deed?
It's fake.
It's a fake deed. Alright. So, Mausim, הולכים לבית דין. You go to the beit din, right? You go to, these are real cases, by the way. These are real cases, guys. You go to the beit din. הם באים אפוא לבית דין. שם ישב האמורה רבה. Rabba was, from the time of the Talmud, he was sitting there in the beit din, so he's listening. ומציעים לפניו את טענותיהן המאמורות. Each one comes with his argument. One says, I bought it from him. Here's my contract. That's Shimon. Reuven, what do you have to say? Yeah, it's a fake contract. Okay, I'm the Dayan, I'm the judge, Rabbah, and I'm looking and I'm trying to listen. בשלב מסוים, לאחר שהציעו את טענותיהם, after each one said his argument, ניגש שמעון לרבה ולוחש לו באוזנו כי אומן השטר שהוציא ורע לראובן הוא מזויף. So Shimon is going to whisper in the ear of the Dayan and says, yes, the contract, what he's saying is true. The contract I have is fake. אך היה לו השטר האמיתי אלא שנאבד ממנו. He had a real contract, but it was lost. משום כך הוא החליט להוציא במקום זה שטר מזויף. That's why it was lost, so I showed you a fake contract. What happens in such a case? Do you believe that Rabbah, what does Rabbah say? זהו תוכן הסיפור. לפני שנעבור לפסק הדין של רבא, הוא לציין פרט חשוב שלא מופיע בפירוש בתלמוד, אך הוא מובהר על ידי המפרשים ונוגע במיוחד להבנת פסק דין של רבא. Now, before we go to the next step, we need to go into look into the Rashbam. Okay? Who is the Rashbam? The Rashbam is the grandson of Rashi. In certain Masechtot, like Psachim, for example, in Baba Batra, and certain places, we know that Rashi, whenever he wrote his explanation on the Talmud, he wrote it 3 times in order to minimize the amount of words, to make it the most precise possible, that contains a few words contain a lot of information with tremendous precision. Wherever Rashi did not write a commentary or only reviewed his commentary 2 times, what happens in that situation? In that situation that he only reviewed 2 times, we have the Rashbam. We have the explanation of his grandson as well.
Do we have the 2 times?
That he wrote? I don't know. So let's read now the Rashbam on the Gemara. The Rashbam is going to be a commentary on the Gemara we just read. Very, very important. Let's read. We're at the bottom of page 6. שטר מזויף ממש, שזייף חתימת העדים יפה. What happened? What are we talking when he says it was a fake contract? So it's a fake contract. Why would the rabbi listen to him and give him the right to have to stay in the house? We're talking about here a contract which is so well done, so perfectly done, that the signature of the witnesses is perfect. V'to'im ha'edim, and even the witnesses themselves. Svurim hatimat yedehem hiu mekaimim et hashtar. They think, well, that's really my signature. I recognize this is my handwriting. Even, one second, even the witnesses recognize that it's their signature. It's so well copied. וילקח מצא לקיים השטר ולומר שטרה מעליהו. And therefore, when he shows the contract, he could say, this is a good shtar. What are you talking about? Look, I have the witnesses. I have the witnesses. And they're real witnesses. So he could use the shtar, and they would accept it in Bedin if he didn't say that it was a fake one. It's so well done that he could have said it's good. Inami מצא לקיימו בדים שקרים שחתמו לו. So what happened? Shikrim שחתמו לו. Or on page 7, he could basically bring two witnesses that he paid, that they signed, and if you need to bring the witnesses the same way they signed the fake contract, they're going to lie in Bedin, and the Bedin אלא דיין אלא מה שעיניו רואות, and therefore the Bedin will have to accept what the testimony is, and in that case he could win the case with the fake contract. Because if he can't win the case with the fake contract, why would I even listen to him? So this is what the Rambam says. So we're going to read this, and then we're going to ask you a question. כלומר, במקרה זה, let's read on page 7 at the top. מדובר שהיה בכוחו של שמעון לקיים ולאמת את השער המזויף שהוציא. We're talking about a case that he could have used that contract in order to say, this is my house. This is where I live. It's my house. You sold, and so on. וזאת, אם מפני שזייף את חתימת העדים בצורה כל כך טובה ומקצועית, it's possible because he signed so well, and he copied so well the signature of the witnesses. עד שאפילו העדים עצמם החותמים על השטר, to the extent that if you would have asked the witnesses, אם היו נשאלים על ידי הבדים לאמת ולאשר את חתימתם, if they would have accepted to confirm their signature, היו העדים מאשרים אותה והיו מקיימים ומאטמים בכך בטעות את השטר. By mistake, the witnesses would agree that, hey, yes, we did sign this, it's our signature. Or לחילופין, or another case, שזיוף השטר על ידי שמעון נעשה בסיוע של שני עדים שקרנים שחתמו בשקר על השטר. As we said before, right, maybe he took two witnesses that are fake, he paid them, right? כך שאם היו נקראים לבוא להעיד בבית דין לאשר את חתימתם, and like this, if they would be called, they would say, yeah, it's our signature. היו עדים שקרנים, מאמתים את השטר בשקר. So there's a way to actually confirm the shtar. If you remember, we said that there are different ways to confirm a shtar. First of all, we have to see if the edim are kosher, right? We can compare their signature to another contract that's already been approved, right? Or we can call the witnesses themselves. כך יוצא שהמידע החשוב הזה שהשטר שהוציא שמעון בפועל היה מזויף, הרי יודעים אותו רק מפני שהודעתו של שמעון באוזני רבה. Let me ask you a question. How do we know that this contract is a fake contract?
Shimon said.
Because he said it himself. Shimon said it's a fake contract. If you would not have said it's a fake contract, everybody would have believed it's true. ממשיך התלמוד ומספר כי רבה פסק שיש להאמין לשמעון מכוח מיגו. Now, what do we say? We say we can believe Shimon because of a migo. Not everybody together. What is the migo? What is the migo? Go ahead.
The migo is basically if he agreed on a fake contract and he could have lied about and go ahead and said that was a real contract, then the mere fact that he accepts that it's a fake contract, he's accepting. This is what I did. So that makes the contract stronger because he didn't go the hard route or the easy route. So that makes him.
What could he have said? What could he have said?
He wouldn't testify against himself knowing that he has all the proof, but the fact, and he could have won, knowing that he could have got away with it, but the fact that he went against himself with all the evidence showing against the other person, so that's a migo. So a person wouldn't cause self-harm
That's
against
right,
himself, even with all the evidence that is
So
hard fact.
what could he have said? He could have said,
It's kosher.
it's a good shot.
And he could have got away with it and got everything, but the fact that he did it and he put himself under the fire,
So
so
why go through all this?
Because you want to be real.
Just bring the truth.
some
Bring
people
the fake
guilty
people,
conscious, he
sign
thought he
the
could
fake
get away with
contract,
it,
all
and then he
this.
realized,
Go
That's
through
a-
all this
that's a real
to then
story.
show. Does the
That's what
rabbi
happened.
is the rabbi know this guy that comes with the fake contract?
Well,
They know him.
it's very simple. Again, let's go back to the concept of migo.
הטענה שלו הייתה פחות טובה מה...
בדיוק.
Why
So-
make the fake contract?
Why make the first
What's
contract
that?
in the first
How
place?
does the person that comes in and claims
love
this
the
is my house,
Yeah.
he should be the one to bring a contract, not the one who's in the house.
Correct?
don't they make him swear
Right.
or something of a soap?
What?
The fact that you
After
come
all-
with
Okay,
all
one
this-
second, guys.
It shows that-
They're swearing, we're not there. Odad,
There's a
Baldin,
good question.
Shua, all these things of swearing, that's going to be the third class, and no swearing in this
They're not
class.
swearing.
No, there's a good
The quality of the person that brings a fake contract
Why?
that goes through all the hoops
You
and
fall
loops to
under
make the fake
pressure.
contract, it already shows that he's a bad fake quality person. Why don't you come with the truth?
I
from the
lost the
get-go?
contract.
I lost the contract.
Why?
Come with the.
Why
the
make a
truth.
contract? Why make a fake
Because
contract?
Bring the
sometimes you think
witnesses.
you can get away with
Not
it.
everybody is gonna lie.
Okay, so the thing is like this. If he lost the contract, so then we have a situation
And
here.
the example is too heavy. The
Okay,
guy comes
I'm-
with a huge lie.
I'm going to tell
Yeah,
you.
and then he
First
has
of
to-
all,
and then he
I
has to-
forgot to mention
There's a real
something
story.
very important.
We're missing something.
One second, I forgot to mention something important.
Actually, it's the grandson.
We
of
we have what's called karkaot, land, and which is real estate, and we have movable objects. Okay? If somebody, I'm holding this in my hand, and somebody says it's mine, he can't take it from me unless he swears or he. Why? Because I'm I have what's called a chazakah. The fact that I'm holding it, it's now under my dominion. To take it away from me, you're going to have to prove that it's yours, right? You can't take it away like this.
Right, it should be the other way around then.
One second. This is for movable objects, okay? But when it comes to land,
You need a contract.
What is money is it?
when it comes to land, I need to have a real contract with a real and so on. So what happens is right here. What we're saying is like this. Okay, let's go. You want to go? I understand. Ben wants to go into the psychology of the person that's in this situation. Shimon is in distress. Shimon is in distress. He lost his contract. Now he knows that at any moment, right? They could be, let's say, every year or at any moment, and he knows, for example, that Reuven himself is a crook. He knows he has such a great reputation in the community of Reuven. Everybody knows that he's a crook. Not only with one person, he did a trick. He did a trick with this one and that one and that one and that one. So right away, he's going nuts. He's going crazy. I lost my contract. What am I going to do? Imagine this crook now is going to come back and he's going to show a big religious guy and everything. 1 second. So I need to protect myself. And I'm honest, but I'm under pressure as Matthew was saying before. So what does he do? He says, I'm going to reproduce a contract. 1 second. So he's going to use basically, 1 second, he's going to use, I understand, 1 second. He's going to use the logic of, is he right or not? Of course he's not right. We don't do these things. But, what are we looking at? What's interesting? What is our point of interest when we are in court listening to this guy? This guy had pressure and he says, I don't want to be in a situation that tomorrow the other guy is going to bring some paper or whatever it is. I'm going to do a perfect contract like this just in case. I don't want to use it, but just in case. So it really bothers him. If you look at the psychology of it, you could say it really bothers him that he did this fake contract. So now 1 second, he's in front. Ben, calm down.
I see it.
Calm down. Calm down.
I see it.
You want to be a good judge, take that breath we said before.
Make it go.
So now he is going to Rabbi's ear and he is putting himself in danger. He's saying, look, he's right, it's a fake contract. Because I want to be honest.
He's a bad liar.
Okay? It's a fake contract. Now, he would have won with the contract. The fact that he says this, we believe him because of Migu. Because he could have said what? So let's see what the Gemara says. So, Ilu, right? So the Gemara, let's continue where it says Gimel. Amar Rabba, ma lo leshaker. Why does he have to tell me now a lie? Yes, it's a fake contract. Why would he lie to me? Amar le shtar Amalia. We could say, it's a good contract. I don't know what you're talking about. This is a good contract. And continue with the lie. It's a good contract. You understand? Klomar, לשמעון יש מיגו, שאילו היה שקרן, if he was a liar, היה יכול לטעון טענת שקר טובה יותר. He could have said something even better, a better lie. Why am I going to say this lie? I'm going to say a better lie. The fact that you chose a lesser lie, a lie that's less to be believed, right? And במקום להסתבך ולהודות לרבה שהשטר שיוציאו מזויף, instead of putting himself in danger by saying this to Rabbi, right? Who says this? Why would you even want to put yourself in danger? I went, yes, I did go through the red light. ולטעון כי אמת היה לו שטר כשר ונאבד, and to say, I really had a very good contract before. הרי יכול היה שמעון לאמת את השטר המזויף על ידי עדים. He didn't want to live with that conscience. Imagine. So honest. He didn't want to live with, okay, so I won in court, but what did I win? With a fake contract. So I wanted to be honest because I don't want to live with the guilt that even though I'm right, but I didn't want to do it the wrong way. So because you did it that way, the class starts at 9. Right? Because you did it that way, we believe you. בהתאם לזה להמשיך לטעון שהשטר בידו אמיתי וכך היה זוכה בדין בוודאות. ואם כן פסק רבה מזה שלא טען שמעון את הטענה הטובה יותר ובמקום זה טען את הטענה הגרועה יותר, הרי זה סימן לראיה שהוא דובר אמת. From here we see that he is speaking אמת. Okay guys, I think everything is clear for everybody. Now we're going to go to a very, very juicy subject. Very juicy. This is going to get as juicy as it gets. Ready? And this is, I think, what you mentioned. 2 days, there you go, you mentioned a question. So keep it for yourself. You don't even remember what you mentioned, but it's, okay, good. Yeah. So now, what did we establish? We established 2 facts. Fact number 1 is if somebody comes with an argument which is an argument which is lesser than a better argument he could have given, he comes with a weaker, that's what it says. A weaker argument, 1 second.
And we call argument a lie. This is not argument.
No.
You come with lesser lie.
No,
it's more.
It's not a lie if you
come
accept
with a
it.
fake contract.
It's not a lie.
Come with a fake contract. And you say no.
How is it a lie if you accept it? It's not a lie anymore.
You're making it personal, bro.
I'm making it personal.
For argument's sake,
It's not a lie anymore. He accepted it. He said it.
Whether it's a lie,
it's
I missed the class.
Confession.
It's the methodology. Don't get caught on this. Don't get caught on this.
When you started today, you say it's a real case.
It is a real case.
It's a real case, but don't get stuck. There's tens of examples in the Talmud of cases of Here, we're going just about the concept. I have an argument, a good argument I could have gave. I gave a weaker. Guys, this is very important what we're going to say. We're going to establish a fact. When I have the possibility to give a better argument, and I give a weaker argument, what is the halacha? We believe the weaker argument because we believe that you're sincere. It's the psychology of belief. We believe that you're sincere because you could have given a better argument. So now we are establishing that whenever somebody gives a weaker Whenever somebody gives a weaker argument, we believe him. Let's see the message. Okay, so now guys, there's a question. This is a very, very, very big question we're going to ask right now. How are you? Did you do Netilat Yadayim this morning? You want to show him how to do Netilat Yadayim? Okay, sure. מעתה, איזו עדיפות יש לטענה הטובה ביותר? So now the question is, what is the advantage of having a better argument? Listen to this. מעתה, מי שלמדנו על המיגו באופן כללי, now that we learned in general the concept of מיגו, כולל כמה דוגמאות לזה, and a few examples of this, נעמוד על השאלה פשוטה ויסודית ביותר, בעיקר ההיגיון והסברה של המיגו. Let's go to a fundamental question of this whole concept of מיגו. כפי שנבקח, שאלה זו תעזור לנו לחדד ולהבין סברת המיגו בעומק יותר. With this, we will be able to come to a higher, deeper understanding of what the migu is. Thank you. וכן שואל הגאון רבי יהודה אבר. רבי יהודה אבר was the teacher of my teacher. מי ששימש כמנהל וראש ישיבה, תחתום חתמים עם לובביץ' בוורשה ובאוטבוצקי, was the ראש ישיבה in Poland of the yeshiva of Chabad in Otvotsk and Warsaw in the 30s. In Sha'arei Yehuda Masechet Gitin Siman Tet, he says like this. Guys, please follow in the text. Deine, page 8. Deine bechol migo. In every migo, הנה העדיפות משום דעל טענה שיכול לטעון הוא נאמן. The advantage is that he could have given a better argument. ולכאורה, לאחר שאנו פוסקים דעל טענה גרוע, הוא גם כן נאמן מכוח מיגו. If we're saying that if he gives a weaker argument, we believe him because he could have given a better argument. ואם כן, שוב אין שום עדיפות לטעון טובה, ואם כן, יתבטל המיגו. And therefore, there's no point in saying the better argument, because if you're going to say the better argument, you're going to win. Either way, you win. If you say the lower argument, we're going to believe you because you could have said the better argument. And the better argument is the same thing. So what is the advantage of saying a weaker argument? Why would I believe you more with a weaker argument? Do you understand it?
Yes,
Let's read it. Let's read it in the text.
That's how the mind works. You want to give the best one. You don't want to...
We're going to get there.
Especially if you have everything to lose.
Claro.
Why would you give
This is
it?
Guys, I see, Baruch Hashem, we have brains here. Right? So, if you have everything to lose, why would you give the weak argument? We're going to get there. Hazak u'baruch. Let's read inside. כלומר, לכאורה בפשטות, הרי כל עדיפות טענת המיגו, היינו עדיפות הטענה הפוטנציאלית הטובה יותר, הוא שעליה היה נאמן וזוכה בדין. Why would he win the argument? Because he's saying the weaker argument. מה שאין כן עלתה גרועה ביותר, אותה שהוא טען בפועל, אינו נאמן עליה. But the weaker argument itself, we don't believe it. We believe him that he could have said something better. That's why we believe it. So this is how the migo is built. שאילו היה שקרן, if he was lying, למה לא הסתבר? לטעון טענה גרועה, שאינו נאמן עליה. Why would he give an argument that he would not be believed on if he could have given a better one? היה יכול לטעון טענה טובה יותר שעליה היה נאמן. He could have given the best argument that he would have been believed from the beginning. כמו בדוגמת הנזכרת של פרעה במיגו דמזויף. Just like he could have said, I paid. I paid already, right? You coming to me, I'm coming to Matthew, and I'm sorry, Matthew is coming to me, and he's saying, here's my contract. You owe me $1,000. I say, sorry, Matthew, you're right. I owed you $1,000. but I paid you 2 months ago. The migo is, what is the migo here?
No, you're talking about if you.
Well, I'm talking about another case now. What is the amigo? I could have said basically it's fake. Your contract is fake.
I don't know you anything.
I don't owe you anything. Your contract is fake. But the contract is fake if the fact that I'm saying that, I'm not saying that, and I'm saying, yes, I owed you, but I already paid you, we believe that we believe you in the argument because you could have said a better argument.
Is there amigo if you go into details and you came here to the house and you knocked the door?
No.
Is that
No.
It's irrelevant.
Irrelevant. It's the better argument. So now we see that the lower argument, the lesser argument, makes you as believed as the better argument. So what is this concept of migo? The whole concept of migo falls. We don't need a migo because everything, the lesser argument, the bigger argument, everything, it's all the same thing. Let's go all the way at the bottom of the page before the black words. איפה השאלה? הרי אם כן, מדעתל כל היגיון וסבר, אתם אומרים לכתחילה שהרי כשנפסק דין המיגו וגם על טענה גרויה או נאמן, since you believed even on the worst, on the weaker argument, הרי אפשר שבעל דין הוא בעצם שקרן. Basically, it's possible that the guy is just a liar. וזה שבחר באותה טענה, it's possible, you know why? He's a sneaky guy. He's going to come and say, you know, it's a fake contract, or I already paid you. Wow, this guy's sincere. Really, she's a liar. The guy's a liar. He knows the system. He goes into the system and he uses the system in order to be believed. Why don't we say that? Why don't we say that he's a liar and we just, שהוא טען בפועל, הרי זה מכיוון שהוא יודע שיהיה נאמן עליו מקור מיגו על כל פנים. He knows he is going to win, it's going to be believed. So here comes what Gabriel and נתתיהו said. עדיפות הטענה טובה יותר בטיחות. על שאלה זו מציע הגאון רבי יהודה אבר תשובה הגיונית וכך הוא מפרש. He gives, Rabbi Yehuda Eber is going to give us a reasoning behind it. Let's look on page 9 at the top, please. Let's look on the text. Put your fingers on the words. We have to say that we have to say that for man, it is more comfortable to say this argument, that is going to be believed because of what he's saying, and not if a person has a choice between saying the better argument and being believed of that, or being believed on a worst argument, and because it's worse, he's going to be believed that he could have said something better, what would rather be a person rather do? He'd rather give the better one. רק פירוש הדברים אלו יש לומר שכיוון שלטענה היא הוא נאמן עליו מצד עצמה ואם כן הוא יותר בטוח שיהיה נאמן. A person naturally is going to be more in confidence to say the better argument. As you said before, I'm about to lose a house, God forbid. I'm about to lose $10,000. Why do I even want to take a risk that מה שאין כן על טענה שמצד עצמה אינו נאמן. הנה אף לאחר שנפסק הדין דנאמן, אין הבטוחות אצלו חזק כל כך, יהיה נאמן עליה. Let's explain. למעשה, יש להגדיר מחדש את הגיון וסבירת המיגו. So now we're going to revisit the whole concept of מיגו. אמנם יש עדיפות וטענה פוטנציאלית על הטענה שהוא טען בפועל. It's true. The potential answer he could have given is better than what he gave. לא כפי שמבינים בהשקפה ראשונה, משום שעל זה הפוטנציאל הוא נאמן ועל אותה אינו נאמן. It's not that on the best argument he would have not been believed, and on the worst argument he's believed. He would have been believed in both. לבעל דין שתי טענות לפניו. In front now you accused me of something, I have two choices of response. One, which the argument is solid by itself, and another one that you're going to believe me not because of the argument, because I could have said something better. So I have these two in my hand to use as a fighting, as a punch back, right? As a return to your argument. What am I going to use? Which one I'm going to feel more in confidence? וכמו לדוגמה, בפרוע דמיגו למזויף, שעלתה מזויף, הוא נאמן וזוכה. For example, if I say, I already paid you, when I could have said it's fake, מה שאין כן על טענת פרוע, שאינו נאמן עליה מכוח עצמו, אלא רק מכוח דין אמיגו, which is not the case. If I say I already paid you, that's only believed because I could have said something else. It's true, with both arguments, he's going to win the case. And I don't owe you money. Right? Nevertheless, there's an advantage on saying that it was a fake contract over saying that I paid you. Why? Because when I say the argument that it's mezuyaf and that it's fake, I'm more in confidence that I'm going to be believed, right? Because I don't have to. I'm not waiting for an external factor. We're done in 2 minutes. An external factor. So what happens? In Migo, there are many laws, many details. And Miyodea, maybe the Dayan doesn't know all the details of Migo. And maybe he's not going to say, oh, Migo, you could have said this. So even that 1% doubt doesn't put me in confidence. The fact that I don't have a full confidence, right? That I don't have a full confidence to say it, but I said it anyways, that already shows that I'm putting myself in danger. If I'm putting myself in danger when I could have said something that I have much more confidence in, then no. You can't say that the guy's gonna lie to such an extent that he's ready to put himself to be so fake that he's going to put himself and put the whole thing in danger.
כי הדיין לא חייב בעצם לשפוט לפי המיגו.
Exactly.
הוא יכול לשפוט לפי משהו, יש כאלה.
Exactly.
הוא יכול להחליט.
Exactly. It's possible that he's not going to. So basically, we learned two things just to make a sikum after we have a 5-minute break before the Gemara class, and to make a sikum, guys.